One of the most important images in science was taken by someone who never received the prize for it, not because the discovery was wrong, not because it was incomplete, but because history chose to look the other way. Before DNA became a colorful double helix in textbooks, it was a mystery that could explain how life copies itself, how traits are passed on, and how evolution actually works. Whoever solved it wouldn't just answer a scientific question. They would change biology forever. In the early 1950s, scientists across the world were racing toward that answer. Many believed the structure of DNA would be solved through intuition, theory, and clever guesswork. One scientist believed something different. She believed the answer had to be earned. Her name was Rosalind Franklin. Rosalind Franklin was not interested in attention. She was precise, methodical, quietly relentless. She had little patience for sloppy thinking, and even less for scientific politics. In a world where confidence was often louder than evidence, Rosalind trusted only what could be proven. At King's College London, she worked with X-ray diffraction, a technique so demanding that even small errors could destroy months of work. It required patience, discipline, and an almost stubborn respect for detail. Rosalind had all three. By refining the technique further than anyone else, she managed to capture something extraordinary, a clear, sharply defined image of DNA that revealed its internal structure. Today, that image is known as Photo 51. At the time, it was simply her data. What Photo 51 showed, clearly, unmistakably, was that DNA had a repeating, helical structure. The answer many scientists were guessing at was already visible in her work. But Rosalind was careful. She didn't rush to publish. She wanted certainty, not applause. And that decision changed everything. Without her knowledge or permission, Photo 51 was shown to another scientist, James Watson. The moment he saw it, he understood what it meant. The puzzle suddenly made sense. Using insights drawn directly from Rosalind's data, Watson and Francis Crick built their famous model of the DNA double helix. They published first. The world celebrated them. Their names became permanently linked to one of the greatest discoveries in science. Rosalind Franklin's name did not. She continued working, largely unaware of how crucial her contribution had been. She never publicly accused anyone. She never demanded recognition. She simply kept doing science. Then, at just 37 years old, Rosalind Franklin died from cancer. 4 years later, the Nobel Prize was awarded for the discovery of DNA's structure. The Nobel Prize is never given posthumously. History closed the door quietly. For decades, Rosalind Franklin was barely mentioned. When she was often described as difficult, often reduced to a supporting character in a story she helped write. But here's the truth. Without Rosalind Franklin's work, the double helix might have remained a guess, a beautiful idea without solid proof. She didn't just help discover DNA. She exposed something deeper about science itself. That truth does not always protect the people who uncover it. That precision is not always rewarded. And that history often favors the loudest voices, not the most careful ones. Today, her contribution is finally being acknowledged. But the question remains, how many other stories like hers were never told? How many discoveries came at a human cost we chose not to see?